Hello, everyone. My name is Alexander Ermenkov. You can learn more about me on alexanderermenkov.com. Today, I would like to share with you part of my program, Beyond Success Reality for Generational Wealth. And I'm now going to share my screen. And I'm going to present you what I usually am doing with this program in day 4, where I speak about the ultimate value of who we are and why it's so important to understand our personal value in order to be able to go in the quadrant number 4 of reality, where is the generational wealth, where is everything that is manifested in the physical matter reality as havingness. So we are going to speak today about why are we created generic and shaped in uniqueness, the emptiness around that is uniquely created for us to feel, the desire and the dare to give our gift of value. The world needs the expression of who we are, and then we are going to speak about how to become a GIVEABILITY being. But before I start, maybe I would like to show you more about, with the share screen again, I would like to share with you more about my webpage, where you can go in alexanderermenkov.com. And this is what this Beyond Success Reality for Generational Wealth program is all about. It's a 30-day program, and the objective is within 30 days, each of one that is participating in my program to become confident about the reality's construct of excess and scarcity. This is what I'm teaching in the first week. Then I'm going into the specific about creating wealth and abundance, and I'm doing it for 1 week. It is not something that a human being can grasp within an hour, within a 2, with a book. It is something that anyhow we're exploring and are going to participate in all of our experience in the physical matter reality that we are in. Then in 1 week, we are discovering all the processes that are helping us to enter into the beyond success, wealth, and abundance, because everything is happening beyond the physical matter reality. And then in the 4th week, we are speaking about the observation, measurement, the feedback, and the key performance indicator, which are leading us towards the so-called beyond success reality. And when you go into my webpage, in the programs, you can see everything that is going to be covered in each of the days for all of the program. And this is something that is really going to help all of you to understand the path of beyond success, generational wealth, and why everything is happening beyond the usual. I'm not prepared this program in order to make all of us feel and become rich. This is not the important thing. The important thing is to understand why, if we are embracing the processes, everything in the construct of reality is going to support us into expressing real wealth and abundance with physical and tangible expressions. That's why when things like this are happening in your experience, as it is personally happening in mine, and this is something that I'm exploring daily in my own personal reality, because I'm constantly surrounded with riches, and I am to constantly learn why and how to steward all these riches. And that's why I'm so deeply involved in what is happening behind the scene, what is actually happening in the invisible realm, in order all the manifestations in my life to be able to appear. And now let's go and deep dive into the ultimate value of who we are. It is very precious, because otherwise we are going to very easily sell ourselves. And this is not the point of having wealth and abundance. If you know about the story in the ancient books and the story in the Bible when the devil showed all the worlds to Jesus and told him, I'm able to give you all the worlds. I'm able to give you all the riches. Just give me your soul in exchange. Once we understand our ultimate value, we will never exchange anything in the physical matter reality for who we are. It is very important because the source of everything is inside of us. And that's why let's deep dive before each of us are surrounded with much more riches and abundance than what we have in the moment. Everything that we are to do towards these moments of manifestation are happening is for us to really understand and be prepared and become a person that is really able to sustain such moments. And because I work a lot with reverse psychology and I understand the reversed reality, I am very fearful of riches, abundance, of having more of enough, of being in an excess. And that's why I'm constantly preparing myself for the future moment that I am to sustain, because everything I'm afraid of is coming towards me. That's why I work with reverse psychology and I'm constantly preparing myself for more good, for more abundance, for more magic, for more and more of beautiful and wonderful experiences, which are constantly being attracted to me, but I live a very fearful and reverent life because I understand that this is not something that is coming for free, and this is not something that is coming to all of us without necessity for us to be responsible and to always put attention on the important things and never to convert and never to reverse and for a second to think that physical matter success, that physical matter abundance, the physical matter wealth is more important than anything in the invisible reality. So let's move forward with this presentation. So the ultimate value of who we are, why we are created generic, and why each of us is shaped in uniqueness. It is a very wonderful realization that once I realized, it helped me to be balanced a lot, because then it helped me a lot to not go after significance and to be grounded and understand that all of us, the human beings, are equal in the sense that we have the same potentials. It doesn't matter the poorest and the richest person, all of us have the same probabilities. So from this perspective, all of us are equal, all of us have the same probabilities, all of us have the same powers. I know a lot of us are just staying in this delusion that once a person is very rich, is very prosperous, he's much more powerful than any other of us, because it looks like it is so in the physical matter reality. But once we deep dive in the behind the scene, everything is equal. And once we go into the right source from where to draw our wealth and abundance, then we are going to understand that all of us are equal. That's why you are never to envy my success. You are never to envy the success of others, but everything you can do when you see successful and powerful and mighty people on this planet, the only thing you can know for yourself is that you have the same potential of expression in the physical matter reality as any other being. And I know there is a lot of talk there, and I speak a lot in my program about the scarcity, because we are all preconditioned that all the resources are scarce, and that's why who is the first to grab all resources is going to be the winner. But once we understand that the value is hidden somewhere else, we are better to focus on the subject. And we are working now with the first one, born with equal generic opportunity and potential. This is very important to be grounded deep inside of us, because then we are not going to go into comparison, into competition, into envying anything that is expressed by any being in the physical materiality. Then, of course, how our uniqueness is shaped and why each of us, the 8 billions, are so unique. We are going into the second phase of the understanding that place, time, heritage, parents, everything in our surrounding in this specific moment of time is shaping our basic uniqueness. So if, let's say, for example, I was born in a very healthy family with thousands of businesses in many, many countries, it is going to be much more easy for me to continue from this level of awareness and understanding forward, because I was so-called blessed and lucky to be born in a specific environment. But if we go back to lesson number 1, that all of us are born equal, and if we dwell there, we are going to understand that in the realm of the invisible, there is no one that is more or one that is less. There is no one that is well or better positioned than anyone else, because there is only one ultimate strategic positioning for all human beings, and this is to be rightly connected to the source. So then, if our uniqueness is based on everything that we are experiencing on a daily level, and we are shaped in uniqueness, we are to understand the lesson number 3, experiences expose our specific gift. We are like diamonds. The limitations of reality we call experiences are constantly polishing our limitless being to start shining in specific facets, because the light of each one of us is unique. It has a unique frequency. I don't need your frequency. You don't need my frequency. Every one of us is just to embrace and to understand the specificness of its gift. And it is only possible once we are constantly reflecting on the experiences that we have. I have heard a lot of times people speaking about their gift, and I have speaking with people that are 50 years old, 60 years old, 40 years old, and they still don't know what their gift is. And it is very basic, and it is very prime, and it is very easy. Our gift is hidden in everything that we are trying to obtain for ourselves. So instead of all of our earthly experience trying to obtain this precious thing in life, better to understand that actually this is our gift. We are not to chase for, but to give away, and only then full fulfillment is coming for all of us. And then we come to the point number 4 of this presentation and this slide. It is that our unique asset of ultimate value is the awareness that we have gathered by our experiences. Of course, we can always know that generic potential is always available, but now we are shaped in uniqueness. The more you live, the more you experience, the more awareness we all gather, the more uniqueness is shaped in us. And this is our unique asset that is the source of creation of all wealth and abundance. It is different for all of us. That's why if I give you my success formulas, for example, I have went through the pharmaceutical industry, I have went through the property ownership and had different type of experiences, and I'm sharing all of them in my program. But the important thing is to understand that each of one of us special uniqueness is the assets that we have experienced, and turning all this asset into value and understanding that this is our value. This is the fundament from where all our wealth and abundance is starting, because otherwise, if we miss the point number 4, our assets, and we are just complaining constantly that we are the ones that were not treated well, we are the ones that didn't have any potential, we are the ones that hadn't had any probabilities, and we are constantly complaining, we cannot use the point number 4 of the ultimate value. And this is that everything that we are constantly denying and ignoring about ourselves because we think this is normal for all of us, this is actually where our asset is hidden. And when we are starting our life as workers, this is what we are giving away. We are giving away our uniqueness for the companies we work for the organizations we work for the humans we are working for, or if we self-employ ourselves, we are giving again and only our uniqueness to ourselves. And this is the first thing through which we are starting to build our wealth. This is our first asset, the value of who we are. But if we think that our asset is so worthless, if we don't understand what we have, then we are going to settle for the cheap. Then people like me that have a lot of workers are going to hire you for some salary, and you are going to spend all of your life just working for somebody else, exchanging your asset without understanding its value, and so on and so on. Yes, this is a probability for all of us, and I love workers. I am a worker. I have been working from 8 or 10 years old, so I don't say that this is bad, but it is only the beginning, and it is up to us to understand this uniqueness. Now let's move forward deep into understanding what we are creating by our uniqueness. Once we are shaped in uniqueness, something beautiful happens around us, specifically in our personal experience and reality. A specific emptiness around each of us is uniquely created for each of us. Only you can spot a specific probability that I cannot spot, that anybody on this planet cannot spot. Of course, all of us can say, Alex, now we are so strongly focused on the stock exchange and cryptos and all these type of things are going to give us our wealth and abundance. And why are you saying me that there is something specific that I am to feel in this reality, since all of us are focusing on the same things and we are fighting and trying to be positioned from one side or the other side of the same gambling wheels of reality. This is one possibility for wealth creation or wealth competition or wealth work or whatever you want to call it, but I'm speaking about something else, something that is beyond the physical materiality, and I'm endorsing something different. I'm endorsing your uniqueness. I'm endorsing your authenticity of understanding who you are and start spotting and realizing what the actual physical matter reality is daily giving you and me as a probabilities that no other else can spot in the same physical matter reality. And this is normal because, for example, today I'm not in Ghana, I'm not in Mumbai, I'm not in New York, I'm not in Europe somewhere, so I cannot spot the same physical matter reality uniqueness that each of you is experiencing in the moment. And there is a specific emptiness which only you can spot because of your specific experiences. And this is the paradox of fulfillment. All of us are thinking and chasing towards more fulfillment, but actually our purpose and meaning is to be feeling, being for this emptiness that only us can spot in reality. And that's why wealth and abundance is endorsed in reality, because each of us can make something specific and unique and to express something wonderful in the physical matter reality. And this is why radiate uniqueness is the primary goal for each of us when we are entering the realm of the wealth and abundance understanding. So what is happening through our specific uniqueness is that we have specific experience. We are embracing different probabilities from each other being, because of course, we have generic probabilities, all of us in the same moments, but then because of the specificity of the reality that each of us is experiencing, there is a specific unique probabilities that each of us can grasp, each of us can work with, and nobody else is going to interact into our specific observational reality and the choices of collapsing that each one of us can make. So we become experts with specific solution for feeling this emptiness that is around each one of us once we start monitoring daily what the reality is giving us to work with, and once we are starting to focus upon our uniqueness and we are willing to really irradiate this, then we are understanding that we are creating a unique ecosystem around us. Once we are more and more present being, once we are more and more doing from our uniqueness, once we are more and more surrounded with specific and unique havingness, more and more we are creating a unique ecosystem around us from which, paradoxically, it's created not for us to feed from. It is created for all the others around us to be benefiting from it. And we are long-term benefiting through our collaborations from the unique ecosystems of others. So each of us has a specific destiny and usefulness for the common good because of the way the structure of reality is created. Once we start embracing this deepness, then it's much more easy for all of us to be grounded in the beyond success reality and to understand that everything that we are experiencing as more excess, as more abundance in the physical matter reality is because of the deepness that is beyond it. So these are the 4 parts that we are constantly experiencing, and this is how the gift, this unique gift, is formed within us, and each one of us is to understand the reality of this gift. So we are going through the days, we are expressing who we are in this glow, the radiating and the flow, specific doingness and flow that we are creating. And the 4 things that are important in reality is our essence. More we deep dive and understand what is the specific uniqueness of our essence, then we can go, of course, into our beingness, and for each of us, the percentages of all these 4 ingredients of who we are, the expressing beings, are different. Some of us are very strongly into doingness. For some of us, doingness can be 50 to 60%. For some of us, havingness is the big thing. We want 90% to be just surrounded with things. Things are so precious. And of course, some of us are condemning this type of people and saying, no, presence and beingness is everything, because I am from this type B, the beingness people. And for me, beingness is everything. I am not attracted of havingness. I just want to be. I just want to be present. And based on the mix of the essence, the being, the doingness, and the havingness, we are created into a unique and specific value. So don't go into this type of chasing, where, for example, now it's modern, the beingness and the presence, and all of us are just chasing to go into beingness. If I'm a person that I'm in laughing heaviness and I understand how to work with the physical matter reality, I understand the things, I understand the meaning behind things, and I know how to steward things. Maybe for me, wealth, riches, heaviness is something that I'm going to express more in the physical matter reality than others. Does it make me more specific, more significant? No. Of course, I'm more unique, but I'm not any more important or useful than anyone else in the physical matter reality. There are people that are very strongly into implementing. They are in the doingness. They are so active. They are so well into performing. And this is their strength. And maybe their doingness is at 50 to 60%. They don't need to know so much. They're into the implementation. They're working 14 hours. They are earning money as much as they have left something as strength in them, and they are constantly into the doingness. Of course, each of these 4 types of expressions has its counterbalancing force, and in order all of us to be balanced, we are to work with these 4 expressions constantly and to try to be as balanced to our uniqueness. I don't want to state that we are to have 25% balance from everything, because we are unique. Some of us are not so much into doing. Some of us are more into meditation. We are so strongly willing everything just to happen like this in our mind, and we don't care about the doingness. Doingness is the last thing. We are so strong kings and queens of procrastination because we are so strongly involved into the beingness and the essence of things, and we are just so strongly willing to do everything through the mentalism. And we are 100% sure that without doingness and without havingness, we will be able to express everything in the reality, and we are able to visualize, and we are able to make a lot of magical moments in our reality. And we have seen such moments where $50, where $200, where $1,000 has appeared simultaneously without us having any doingness into our reality. But this is just one type of presentation and expression, and it is very important for all of us to understand their specific gift of value, but never to estimate that all of the things are important. Without the implementation, without the doingness, without understanding the performance models of how reality works, it is impossible just to stay in our imagination, in our mentalism, in our thinking, in our mindfulness, or even to be in our essence of vibration or being, or just having a really hyped and vibed state of being, and then to think that everything else is just going to happen like this in reality. And this is the balancing power of each of one of our gifts. And then the giveability being that is created for all of us. It is important to understand this big balance between giving and taking, between ethnocentricity and the self construct of reality. I've heard a lot of time when I speak about wealth and abundance, and when I have touched myself to different programs about this, everyone is asking me the same questions. Alex, how much is enough for you to be happy with, and how much actually you want to achieve? What is your big goal? And usually they're proposing me, don't you want $1 million for yourself? Isn't it going to be enough? Isn't it wonderful? And so on. And I'm just expressing that I'm not after the money. For me, 1 million is not enough, 10 million is not enough, 100 million is not enough, 1 billion is not enough. For me, everything is about giving. How much giveability being can we become? It doesn't matter, because we have a limitless ability to be a giving being. And once we go into this direction, there are no limits. Because if we go into the taking part of the circle and we say, okay, how much is enough for me? For some of us, $10,000 to $20,000 per month is a perfect figure, and we don't want to have anything more because we are not a giveability persons and we don't have dreams and visions bigger than supplying for ourselves. So we are in the taking circle. We want just to consume reality. We just want to consume from life. We just want to take away from life. So actually, paradoxically, the poorer we are, the less giveability being we are able to express. So in a sense, the people that are poor and are constantly willing and dreaming for riches in order to take, in order to have, are going into this reverse model of reality where riches are never going to come into this circle, because riches are coming only into the ethnocentric circle, where riches are coming to people that are willing to give and are going into this giveability cycle. And then a lot of you are going to tell me, Alex, we have seen in reality so many examples of how rich people are thinking only about themselves and are just throwing some little breadcrumbs to the poor people. And this is not the type of rich oligarchs or rich 1% type of people that we want to be. We are a high conscious people, and we don't want to go into the excess of having more than enough for ourselves, because first, we don't know what to do, and second, maybe we are going to fall in the trap of all the other rich people. And we have heard from a lot of Asian books how dangerous it is for the human being to be rich. It's much more easy to have nothing. Then we don't worry. Then we are just thanking the bliss, and we are not to be steward of anything. I don't even want to use my unique gift. Why should I use my uniqueness to build generational wealth and abundance? Why I am to go into this path of excess and creating more than enough and going into this giving type of mindset? Because basically, beings, as we are the humans, were created to be living beings, and the living being can think only about consuming, taking, exploiting, enjoying, feeling itself. But then we cannot open the giveability cycle where each of us is supplying and creating and thinking and imagining and working and giving its energy for the wholeness of all and for the goodness of all. And then we are trusting that we are going to be supported and we are going to be taken care of, not by our own strength and power. And this is a very interesting understanding, but it is not possible to be positioned as a giveability being without understanding the end destination of who we are. And this is to be transformed into life-giving spirits. And it is only possible by being part of the giving circle of life. We are to understand that our long time preciousness and uniqueness is going to be transformed into a constantly giving life, giving meaning, giving purpose, giving uniqueness, giving essence type of beings. Yes, we are going to radiate, but without taking away from the realm of existence. Maybe I can give you a good example with the sun that is surrounded in our physical matter reality, where it is constantly radiating, but without consuming from the external reality. It is only giving, 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 giving away till the end of all the reactions that is happening in the sun. Until the moment this sun disappears, it is constantly destined to only give away. And it is creating so much life for us as human experiences, for all the plants, for everything in the close proximity universe to the sun. It cannot understand, it cannot enjoy 100% and directly, but it is created to be just a giving entity. And I don't know if we like it or not, but our long-term idea as beings is to go into the giveability, being part of the circle. So this is all that I wanted to share regarding our unique and ultimate value that is helping us to live and to work and to understand our positioning into the wealth and abundance principle of creating real, tangible riches around us. So thank you for watching. Enjoy your reality, enjoy your life, and don't be afraid from the raw reality, which is a little bit much more different than what we think it is, but there is a reason why reality is as it is. There is a reason why we are to constantly interact with our daily reality, and we are constantly to express everything that is within us. So thank you for watching. Enjoy your reality and continue thriving. Excess is paradoxically the path to more humility. Bye-bye.